going to be reading Chapter 3 of Izzy's story, The Mill and Beyond, from Serenity Animal Hospital in Sterling Heights, Michigan. We are outside the cat room because, the author is allergic to cats. But there are lots of people who love cats. And this is Jason Wolf. Jason Wolf. Jason Wolf. He doesn't want to turn his head right now.
Camera shy.
Oh, he's camera shy. Well, we'll start reading the story and hope for the best. Chapter 3, Anne. Jessie here, Sophie here, I called from the kitchen. Jessie and Sophie bolted for the hallway, just a few steps from me. Sit. No need for me to say it, but I like to reinforce the one-word command. Both little dogs were already sitting, tails wagging, awaiting the treat they knew was coming. Good babies. I gave each dog a small treat. Sometimes when I tried to get them to come in the house from the yard, I said the word cookie, and they came running. It's how I referred to their treats, as cookies. The 9-year-old Maltese and 8-year-old Lhasa Apso waited, hoping for more. The mirrored door in the hall closet reflected the back end of each dog, tails wagging, dusting the carpet upon which they sat. All done, babies. I held up my empty hands and gave each a little pat. Miss Sophie was the fussy one. She tossed her wide, round head and took her blonde, thick coat and full cascading tail to the window seat at the front of the house. Picking up Jessie, the Maltese, I balanced him in the crook of my left arm. He's so light, I walked around carrying him on the left while doing one-handed tasks. Miss Sophie Marie, I said in my sing-song voice, are you my pretty girl? Sophie's busy looking out the big bow window, but she acknowledged me with a minor top-tail twitching. I know, Sophie, I know. You are not just Miss. You are Princess Sophie Marie and Miss America. Making this announcement to my Lhasa at least once a week was my norm. I liked it, and she didn't complain. Are you going to turn your pretty little nose up at your regular food today, Miss? Even if I put a special treat on top? Or will you eat the treat, leave the balance of your meal, and walk away? If only I could leave the food out to eat at your leisure without your brother, Jessie the piggy, scarfing it down. I looked down at my precious firstborn, Jesse James. Had to add the James to his name because he's so darn pretty. People thought he was a girl. Placing the Maltese down on the window seat next to his sister, I walked back to the family room for a little TV news viewing before supper. Sitting down on the burgundy leather club chair, I swung my feet up on the matching ottoman as Jessie hopped down from the kitchen step to the family room and slipped in between the chair and the footrest. My little shadow. Flicking on the news, my fine-tuned focused to the reporter mentioning our veterinary hospital, Serenity Animal Hospital, is among the first rescue groups called in by the Sterling Heights police. The reporter introduces a video shot by the TV station earlier in the day in which Dr. Karen, the head of Serenity, talked about the breaking news story. She explained that Serenity will be taking some of the newly rescued puppy mill dogs to her facility for medical evaluation and treatment. She talked about horses running around on Mound Road in the last 24 hours, the police getting a warrant and finding approximately 64 dogs and several horses living in horrible conditions. I've passed by that place many times. It called itself a kennel. Leaning forward in my chair, straining to look past the reporter and the vet, I was unable to see much in the background. Dr. Karen continued to talk about the deplorable situation. Becoming thoughtful while preparing Sophie and Jessie's evening meal, I thanked God for Serenity's efforts. I knew the vet and her associates rescued greyhounds and other dogs and cats, but this was the first time I had seen them in action. An idea formed in my head. I tossed it around a bit. Pros and cons. Should I? Glancing down at my 2 loving pets, I prepped the food and ruminated. Okay, that's the end of chapter 3. We are actually in the foyer of Serenity Animal Hospital, so there may be a little background noise and distortion with this video, but that's okay. We just want to get people who want a beautiful cat who's only 3 years old.
Jason Wolf.
Jason Wolf. Jason Wolf is the name of the cat. Kitty cat, kitty cat. Come here, baby.
He's napping.
He's napping. So he'd like to nap at your house. He's at Serenity Animal Hospital in Sterling Heights, Michigan. And the book, Izzy's Story, The Mill and Beyond, is on Amazon. Okay, see you next time.